Guten Tag. This is question 28 about the Wunder building. Is an arch building that does not need any support inside. Due to partly the fact that its shape is
Due to partly the fact that its shape is an arc of a circle. The arc of for the Wunder building can be full semicircle or less than a semicircle. It can be more than a semicircle. The span of the building is the total width from one side of the arch to the other. So let's start this question. A particular Wunder building has a span of 30 meters and a height of 10 meters. Find the radius of the arc. Now guys, let me show you what the story is with this. If you imagine the dotted section to be level ground, alright, and you imagine the Wunder building to be basically, it can't be more than a semicircle. If it goes above a semicircle, the building isn't stable. So it can be a semicircle at most, and it's usually a chord of the circle. So, particularly question 1, okay, if you take it that it has to be 10 meters tall, so you go from the center and you go up, and there's your 10 meters tall, and then after that we have your 30 meters wide, isn't it? So it's going to be 15 here and 15 there. Now, what you can also imagine is that the center of the circle is somewhere down here, and you can still have your two radiuses. And once again, you're going back to that trick we did in the previous question. Okay, so I'll just have to rewrite this. So 15 here and 15 here, call that x, call that r. And we're now just going to go through our formulas. Radius equals 10 plus x. Radius squared equals x squared plus 15 squared. Okay, radius x equals radius minus 10. Put that into this equation. It's what's called a simultaneous equation, one quadratic, one linear. Okay, put it in, and we're going to get r squared. We're going to square the r minus 10 because x squared equals r minus 10 squared, which is going to be r squared minus 20r plus 100, and that's going to be plus 15 squared, which is your 225. The r squareds cancel. We're going to 20r over the other side. We're going to get 20r equals 325. R into 325, anybody? 325 divided by 20. 16.25 meters. That is symmetric system. Now, customer wants to buy a building which spans 18 meters and a height of 10 meters. What radius would be required to give such a building? Okay, now here's the problem with this one. Okay, we know straight away. I'm just going to rub out this one. This question's gone now. It's no more. It's not applicable anymore. Okay, so and I'm going to just get rid of the. Just going to get rid of this. Now I'm using the card to represent level ground. Okay. Now the problem with this building is. You have to calculate it first. So the problem with this building is, if we look at it, is it wants to be 18, wants to span 18 meters, and it wants a height of 10. So if I said 18 meters from here to here, and a height of 10, that doesn't fit. Okay, because basically the radius is going to be bigger than the span. Okay, so what it is we have to higher the circle like this. So it's going to be above the halfway mark. Now let me explain why. So you want a height of 10, like that, and your centre of the circle is now going to be above the ground, okay, because it doesn't fit in properly. Okay, so what we're going to have is our radius is going to be like this, and our 18 is from here to here. Sorry, 10, isn't it? 10 meters. Sorry, excuse me. So the 18 meters is from here to here. Do you agree with that? 18 is from this section to this section. Yeah. In the last question, guys, where it had to be 30 meters wide and 10 meters high, we can see when we calculate the radius of 16.25, the radius of 16.25 is bigger than the height of the shed. Okay? In this question, we're going to prove the opposite is true, and therefore that this tunnel cannot be constructed this way. So, what we're going to do is we're going to we already pretty much have a good feeling that it has to be below it already, just by looking at the size of the 9s and the 10. Okay, so what this turns this into is if this whole thing is 10, so from here to here is 10, and if I call, like last time, if I call this part x, what does that make the blue zone up here? Sorry? 10 minus x. Okay? So the blue zone is now 10 minus x. So when you add blue and red together, you still get your height of 10. No. See, the height of the tunnel is 10. But no, this is the ground. Remember I said the chord represents the ground. Yeah, it is. But what I'm trying to say is that 10 minus x is... Oh, sorry, the green point is not the centre of the circle.
Yeah, I know that.
The centre of the circle is
you're trying to find the radius of the circle.
this point here.
You're finding the radius of the circle.
I'm trying to find the radius of the circle.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so radius equals 10 minus x in this question. And radius is still here, yeah? So radius squared equals x squared plus 9 squared. So we're going to do what we did last time. We're going to get the radius squared equals x is going to be the same thing as 10 minus r. Bring the x to the left, the radius to the right, and you get 10 minus r squared plus 81. Multiply that out, r squared equals 100 minus 2r plus r squared plus 81. You're just going to get 2r equals 19. Is that right?
2r equals 181.
Oh, 181, sorry, excuse me. Oh, 20r. 10 minus r squared. So 20r equals 181. Divide that by r. Our radius is 9.05. Okay, this 9.05, lads. Okay, is our radius of the radius of the arc. Okay, now this radius of the arc, I think if I remember correctly, it still says it's bigger than the height. So I'll just have a quick look at that now for you. 13.1, right? Sorry, 13.1. Yeah. So what it says is that the sorry lads, is this chapter 12, right? Or chapter 13?
It's chapter 12.1 there, sir.
12.1, thank you. Okay, so what it says is that your height is bigger than your radius. 10 is bigger than your radius. Basically, your height of your building is bigger than your radius. And that's how it differs from the first question, okay? Now, part after that, it goes, the Air Force needs a wonder building to house a Tornado military jet. The dimensions of the aircraft are as follows. It has a wingspan of 14 meters, a height of 6, and the height of the wingtips above the ground is 2 meters. Okay? So, what we do here is we have it like this. That's 2 meters, right? And the top is 6. That makes that 6.5. Sorry?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
Okay. Shh, quiet. I'm not making this video again. 6.5, okay, from top to bottom, yeah? Yes, but a 0.5 clearance on the top. Okay? And it also says a 1 meter clearance either side. So we remember from here to here is 14. But because of the extra meter, 16, okay? So we're looking at here. Looking at here, from here to here is your 16 meters. Okay? So 16 meters for that. And then so we're just going to redraw an arc. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm just going to draw a big circle to represent what we're doing. And then I'm going to draw I can see clearly that I think they're going to be able to build this using the top part of the circle. Okay? And now I don't want that. So, we have here, guys, this here. Now, okay, Foley. Okay, so 6.5 is here. Your 16 is from here to here, which makes that turns that one into an 8 and that one into an 8.
Sir,
Yes?
there, no, keep going. Apologies.
Keep going, so I don't want it.
Okay.
2 meters off the ground.
It will. Okay.
Where's the wheel?
The 2 meters off the ground is actually the problem here, okay? Because technically that 16 is the wingtips. So I actually have to take away 2 from the 6.5. So I'm actually using 4.5. No, yes. Right, seriously.
Hold on.
Oh.
So guys, this is 8 meters and 8 meters. But because the wingtips are 2 meters above the ground, you got to take 2 meters away from your 6.5, turn that into 4.5. So what I'm marking here is actually your wing. That's the green part is your wingtip. The little black part outside the green part is your 1 meter clearance. Okay. We still haven't drawn in the ground yet, but that's our information about the arc radius. All right. So what I got to do next is we know that the center of the circle is underneath this. So center circle's underneath this. So once again, we're going to go back to the same trick we've done X amount of times now. We're going to call this is X. The radius is 4.5 plus X. Radius squared equals 8 squared plus X squared. Therefore, radius squared equals 64 plus X plus, R minus 4.5, because X equals R minus 4.5. If somebody gets me what 4.5 squared is, that'd be awesome.
20.25.
R squared equals 64 plus R squared plus 9R plus 20.25. Bring the 9R over to your side, the R squares cancel. 9R equals 84.25. 84.25 divided by 9.
9.361.
Yeah!